Cam Moon joins us for this edition of Game Keys as the Oilers homestand continues with a pair of familiar faces making their way back to Rogers Place. Of course, it's Stuart Skinner and Brett Kulak. We don't expect Stuart Skinner to get the start as he won his game last night down Highway 2 with a 4-1 victory over the Calgary Flames. Now, this is a Pittsburgh Penguins squad that's been rolling as of late, 9-2-2 with that victory. What are some of the things that the Oilers have to be mindful of heading into this matchup, Cam?
Well, you can look first and foremost at Sidney Crosby and how amazing this guy's playing.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. The consistency, at his age, and I'm sure that's the last thing he wants to hear, but it's absolutely amazing when you think about it. He's a national treasure. We see him represent Canada all the time, but it just represents the Penguins and himself in such a classy way. But he is playing really well right now. So his top line, they're a handful. Evgeny Malkin on that second line, also a great big handful. Exactly, he scored last night. So I look at what those lines bring. I see some heaviness on their third line. Depending on how the D looks, there could be a lot of offense from the back end, but they've had guys out with injury here. In the case of Letang and Carlson, I don't know if they're going to be in, but I understand they're getting close to coming back. They've got a lot of things going in the right direction. So to me, they're a team that is rolling, and you got to take advantage. Second game of a back-to-back, and we say that all the time, but you see teams come in here on the second game of a back-to-back and play well. So that's not the end-all and be-all. But I know they'll have their hands full.
There's a few games here where the Oilers catch teams in the second half of back-to-backs here. But we are expecting Arthur Sheloff's in the Pittsburgh net. It will be Tristan Jarry getting the start against his former club. Just maybe your thoughts on that decision going with number 35 here tonight.
Well, quite honestly, the way things are going right now with Tristan Jarry and Connor Ingram, you're not going wrong either way.
So both so stabilizing.
They're both playing really well right now. So flip a coin, put either of the two in, and I think you're going to be okay. The fact that Tristan be playing against his old team again, which we did soon after the trade. Got the win in Pittsburgh. There's that extra motivation because you want to show well against your old team. But quite honestly, it could have been either guy, and I would say you're putting in a goaltender that's playing really well right now.
Hey, as a former goaltender, how much did you like that save by Tristan Jarry?
How
good was that?
The two-pad stack, getting it with the glove. Shades of Billy Ranford of days gone by. My word.
Oh, that was so good.
It was so good. I love the classics. And when he busted out the classic on that one, that was just an incredible save.
Now, the Oilers, they got off to a slow start in that game a couple of days ago. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, well, they're known to be quick starters. Their best period so far this season is the first period. They outscored opponents 53-40 so far in this campaign. For the Oilers, they're going to need a kickstart here early because they cannot afford to start this game late here tonight.
No, they can't start like they did the other night. And the game in itself was pretty slow. I didn't think New Jersey came out all gangbusters either. But
pretty sloppy.
It was a little bit sloppy early. It was a lot of offsides and icings and passes that just missed the mark both ways. I think the Oilers are going to have to be a lot sharper than that. You don't want to get to a situation where they were the other night, where you're pressing in the third period and the Oilers generated plenty of opportunity, just didn't score. But that's what happens if you have the slow start and you get yourself behind it. Now you're pressing in the third period, and things have to drop right for you. Otherwise, you're in a situation where you're just scrambling and being desperate. So I expect them to start a lot better because I think they all recognized that it was not up to par to start that game.
All right, how about the special teams battle here tonight, the last point before this game between the Oilers and the Penguins, because the power play for both teams, excellent. The Oilers 32.6% for the Penguins, 27.8%. If they are able to maintain that, Cam, that will be the highest mark in franchise history, which is pretty remarkable because much like Edmonton, a lot of good players have gone through the Steel City. And then the PK, both operating at about 90% since December 23rd. So the special teams battle could be the difference here. They're both operating pretty well.
I think that's a huge part of this game coming into it. Exactly. I mean, and who knows how that's going to work out as far as which PK is better than the other, which power play is better than the other. But it's a lot of talent on both sides when it comes to the power play. Penalty kill, a lot of times, is just a lot of hard work, and then sometimes some goaltending.
Yeah, that always helps.
Yeah, that always helps. So taking penalties is ill-advised, I would say, in this game. It'll be interesting to see what type of game we get. Is it going to be incredibly physical? I don't know. And if it is, well, that usually lends itself to more power plays. And yeah, both these teams have, they're great with the man advantage. It's fun when your team's on it, not as fun when your team isn't. But with the amount of skill that's going to be showcased tonight, I think that's going to be a major factor.
Well, you can hear Cam alongside Bob Stauffer on the Oilers radio network in the broadcast booth tonight as the Oilers, they look for victory number 26 on the campaign, and the Penguins looking for win number 25. Let's have some fun.